Hello and welcome to Burning Waters of the Moon Tarot. My name is Desiree and this video is a reading for the energy of Taurus. So I am using it's called the Original Tarot by DeBry, but it's the original RWS Tarot artwork by Pamela Coleman Smith. Then here we have the Ehrenberg Tarot, which is based off of this. The artist took an aspect of the scene from each card and sort of emphasized it. It's sort of like a magnified aspect for the card. Very interesting deck. I do have a flip through of this in the description if you're interested in seeing the art for that. And here is the Primordial Tarot by Sergio Topi. Now, this deck sort of reads like an oracle. It is set up like a tarot, you know, the quartz, the major, minor arcana, 78 cards, except the meanings are different. So I'm going to be using that as my oracle. All right, so let's get started, Taurus. As I said at the beginning of the reading, or the video actually, that this is for the energy of Taurus. And what I mean by that is that we all have Taurus in our charts by way of the house system. So you may or may not have a planet in the sign of Taurus, but you absolutely have a house in the sign of Taurus. And so what that means for us is that we have the ability to use these energies, call upon these energies as we see fit and as we see being necessary. So it might take a little practice and some perseverance, but we can use these energies. And I think that is amazing. All right, one more good shuffle for you, Taurus, and I am going to draw 3 cards, and these are going to be our main energies to work with. So we've got the 6 of Swords, air energy. We've got the Empress in reverse, major arcana, and then the Tower in reverse, another major arcana. Okay. So 2 big energies here. We do have this card of leaving for some calmer water, so to say. We do have both of these major arcana in reverse. And so I'm feeling like maybe you're kind of in a situation where it's stagnant, and it's not only stagnant, it's kind of lost its luster, and it's really needing to change. However, there is some pushback to that. So let's see what is going on further with the Ehrenberg Tarot. I'm going to use this deck to draw 9 cards, and that's going to dive deeper into this message, help us understand, get a little bit more specific. And so if for any reason, Taurus, this reading is not resonating with you, no worries. Try a different video and search by title. Sometimes we need to use our intuition to put us on the path that we are in search of. And additionally, you can always try your other placements, another planet, a house, or even your sidereal placements as well. I do have some links way down at the bottom of the description, and you can pull both a sidereal chart and a tropical chart. All right, Taurus, let's see what's going on. Death in reverse, major arcana, the 7 of Cups, water, the High Priestess. All right, in reverse, another major arcana. Then we've got the 5 of Cups. We've got the King of Pentacles in reverse, the Hierophant, major arcana, 2 of Swords, air, in reverse, the Magician in reverse, major arcana, and the 8 of Pentacles, earth energy. I didn't tell you, but the King of Pentacles is air of earth. I use all of my kings, the courts for that matter, based on their rank, as we want to call it, I assign that rank an elemental dignity, and then based on the suit that they're in, that is how they express that aspect of the elemental dignity. Let me switch your view for you here, Taurus, so you can see your spread. So you see how we have these eyes here in the King, the High Priestess, the Hierophant, Magician, and the 2 of Swords. This is something that this is a theme in this deck being that the cards are looking at you, okay, as opposed to you looking at the cards. So there's kind of an exchange here. There's a gaze, there's a look. We see the High Priestess kind of has a piercing gaze, but the Hierophant has like a studying kind of almost judgmental gaze. So let's see. So I see that this Six of Swords, this is kind of like something that needs to happen, but I feel like there's some pushback here. You're trying to find different options. This is not the option that you want. Really, you want to stay here. You want to not leave. You perhaps you are most comfortable here. Going somewhere else will be out of your comfort zone. Perhaps you are in love. We do have the Five of Cups here, which is emotional upset, emotional breakdown. And with that comes, of course, strong feelings of love, adoration, attachment. And so it's looking like you're not wanting to move on, and you're not wanting to change things, but you do want things to be a little different, and you don't like the choices that are being presented to you at the moment. The Empress being in reverse here, it's like the creativity, the nurturing has sort of is beyond your grasp. The High Priestess in reverse and the Magician being in reverse, I'm seeing that you're really going against your intuition, and you're kind of really stagnant and stuck here, but yet something is keeping you where you're at. And the Tower is telling us that this situation that is holding on to you really needs to be broken down. It really needs to be dealt with in a way, but there is definite resistance. The Hierophant, King of Pentacles, and the Eight. You know, honestly, it kind of feels, especially with this Eight of Pentacles, that if you do really want to stay, there's going to have to be a major shift in ideology, and it's going to take a lot of work. And with our King of Pentacles being in reverse, the feeling is that it's work on within the self. And when we are working on ourself, usually we're in need of help from others. And so King of Pentacles being in reverse, it's not something that's going to be logical. It's not something that's going to really make sense. I think it's going to be something that's it's spiritual in nature, and it's something beyond the veil that needs that's going to take a lot of work. Because we have the Tower in reverse, it could be that this is salvageable, like it hasn't completely broken down. I mean, I get the image of like a cartoon, you know, Tom from Tom and Jerry kind of sticking all of his fingers in these holes to keep a dam from breaking, from busting through, from allowing the waters to pass. However, we can't keep that up. I mean, we can't keep that up indefinitely. So what needs to happen is the structure needs to be repaired. And because you are resisting this moving on, where all lights and gestures, everything is just telling you to go, to leave. There's nothing left here anymore. You're really resistant to that. That is not an option for you. And that can be admirable, but we need to kind of take a step back and really see, is this worth it? Is this something that we really need to continuously put our energies in? And for you to be in this spot where the best thing for you is to move on, it calls out to me that perhaps this has been something that's been breaking you down for a long time, and you're not really wanting to sort of face the music. And perhaps it's love, and love can make us do some really crazy things, even with something that's not fertile, something that doesn't have that good structure. But with that being said, love does conquer all, and sometimes we just need to put in a little bit of extra effort, more than a little bit, a lot of extra effort to get that situation to work out. So let's go ahead and draw from the Primordial Tarot. Taurus. Let's see what we got going on here. And sometimes we do need to stick around, sometimes we are made, we have that tenacity, that wherewithal to help someone through the dark places. The thing is we don't want to get stuck where we are going into this dark place as well, and we are super unhappy. And sometimes the best thing to do for someone is to actually just walk away and not be an enabler of sorts, and don't stand for that type of behavior. And when that other party is faced with that ultimate death of the situation, then they can see the gravity of what's going on and what's being done, and then they can understand that, oh, okay, this is my wake-up call. It's time for me to do X, Y, and Z. And so I think it's going to take a lot of just work, fortitude, and it's something that is emotional, and it's something that is possibly even spiritual with our Hierophant here. So let's see what the Primordial Tarot has to say for you, Taurus. All right. Okay, so this is 13, which is soul, and I believe that is the mother or woman, as opposed to queen. And so, as I said, these read differently, and I don't have these memorized, so I will read this to you. So number 13, woman of the soul. The woman holds a potent ritual item and hesitates. She faces a difficult decision, right? That's what I see here for you. Putting on the mask is not a game. It is a powerful ritual. Each mask has its own magic and should not be taken up lightly. Donning the visage is a way of either awakening or freeing the power within, or invoking that medicine into her body. Once the mask is in its place, she will become someone different, maybe even something different. Her life will be forever transformed. And once something is transformed, it cannot be changed back to what it was. If she is driven by fear or ego, she could make a tragic mistake. If she is moved by the light of her soul, by the song of her heart, she will begin a marvelous journey of discovery. Difficult choices, available power, acting from healthy and pure motives. So if you do decide to stay, the motive for staying has to be healthy and pure. And if, donning a mask is something, it brings a person, I'm talking from like a tribal situation, a tribal ritual of when tribes put on a mask, they are actually becoming the essence of what the mask represents. And so this mask could be a medicine. This mask could turn you into the warrior that needs to whip this situation into shape. But be very careful and make sure that your motives are pure of heart, and they're not purely selfish, and they're not going to do harm to you or any minor that may be involved, okay? We've got to keep the children safe. So as long as you have this situation under control, I feel, you know, the cards are showing that the best thing to do is to allow it to break down. But I do see a glimmer of hope, especially because this Tower is in reverse. Okay. I just have the feeling that it is still salvageable, with our 8 of Pentacles here and our Hierophant. So just be very mindful. Okay. All right, Taurus, that's what I have for you today. If you know of anyone that could benefit from the message of this reading, please share. And I will see you next video. Take care.